Now, I do not like the flat earth nurse, and if you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen that. Now, if her username and bio didn't give it away, this nurse preaches a lot of pseudoscience. Sadly, she blocked me on Instagram, so hopefully you guys can send her this video since I can't. Now, luckily, someone showed me this extremely stupid and dangerous comment she left on someone's page. Let's read through the whole thing, and I'll pick apart the entire statement. No one has AIDS. Not for real, anyway. Magic Johnson, Mariah Carey's sister, Charlie Sheen, and now Prince. You'll notice a lot of famous people supposedly have it, but they live quite long and healthy lives. AIDS is a complete and total hoax. If AIDS were really a pandemic as we are told, we would each know several people with it, yet hardly anyone ever has a diagnosis. So she starts off by listing off 4 celebrities that have AIDS and according to her are doing quite well. So let's go over each example and fact check it. Magic Johnson was an NBA superstar for the Los Angeles Lakers back in the 80s and 90s. Now, the flat earth nurse claims Magic had AIDS, but is doing well because AIDS isn't really a threat. First off, Magic Johnson never at any point had AIDS. He has HIV, and anyone with just a little bit of medical knowledge should be able to know the difference. AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is an advanced stage of HIV, or human immunodeficiency virus, where your CD4 cells fall below 200 cells per cubic millimeter of blood. It's important to know you can have HIV and not have AIDS. For evidence to back up my claim, let's watch Magic's own announcement to the media, where he very clearly and specifically says what he has.
First of all, let me say good late afternoon. Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease, because I know a lot of you want to know that, but the HIV virus.
So there's strike 1 for the good nurse. Let's also talk about why Magic is doing well. Magic is an advocate of safe sex as well as the science behind the medication on it.
Magic is doing well because I do what I'm supposed to do and what my doctor tell me to do. Number one thing today is how much more can we get people to get tested? That's the number one thing. You work every day. No, I'm not on magical drugs. I keep saying that for 21 years.
If anything, Magic would be an example I would use to prove HIV is real and dangerous without proper treatment. Why this lady decided to bring him up is beyond me, and if you're really interested in Magic Johnson's situation and case, be sure to check out my previous video where I debunked some other guy that was spewing pseudoscience as well. Okay, Mariah Carey is famous. Her sister is not famous. Hell, most people didn't even know she had a sister, but whatever, I'll go with it. Alison Carey was at one time a prostitute and a drug user, which is 2 very high risk groups for people who could contract HIV. Another problem I have with this is the flat earth nurse made another very embarrassing mistake, the same one she made with Magic, in that she thinks that everyone who has HIV has AIDS, and this is again not the case. It's really an embarrassing mistake to make one time, let alone twice in a row. So I think someone needs to show her this video so at least she knows the definition. And she's also not exactly doing well either. I'm not quite sure why she's on this list. I guess she needs brain and spinal surgery for some sort of accident. I don't believe it's related to HIV, but I certainly wouldn't say that's doing quite well. The former star on the show 2.5 Men has recently come public about his HIV status. In fact, he gave an entire interview on the Today Show, which I will reference and I'll have a link below for you to watch. For fuck's sake, it's not that difficult of a concept to grab to know the difference between HIV and AIDS. Most people in pre-med can do this, and I mean most people in an AP high school class can do this, and she makes the same mistake a 3rd time. I don't even know if I have to repeat myself again, but you can watch this clip and see for yourself. So this would be the part in the video where I showed you this amazing interview that Charlie Sheen had on the Today Show. When I made the video I put it here, but of course fucking Today Show hit me with a copyright infringement, so I can't play the interview, unfortunately. I will have a link in the description below for you to check it out. However, when you watch it, I'll go ahead and point out the stuff that you should take notes of. One, you'll see very clearly they're talking about HIV, not AIDS, and Charlie Sheen's doctor himself specifically states that because there's rumors going around that he had AIDS, and of course the doctor went ahead and debunked that for me. Also, he did talk about taking his medicine. Charlie Sheen himself said he never missed a scheduling for his medication, so that's good. And yeah, I'm really fucking pissed at the Today Show for this bullshit copyright infringement that I shouldn't have got hit with in the first place, because that took a lot of time. But yeah, you can check it out below and watch the video or the interview for yourself, and you'll see that it's all related to what I'm saying. Now, her last example, she lists why it's very likely Prince did in fact have AIDS. He's fucking dead. Is that your example of doing quite well, nurse, when they fucking die? Is that your idea of doing well? I mean, there is still a lot we don't know about the autopsy and how Prince died, but it does appear he did in fact have HIV and possibly was not taking his medication, which explains why the condition worsened and why he would have had AIDS and why he would have died from complications of AIDS. So yeah, this one actually did have AIDS. This person did have AIDS, yet he's fucking dead. So why is that doing quite well? This just baffles me. This is one of those cases where I really wish she was here so I could be like, what is your idea of doing quite well? He's fucking dead. So let's recap her examples real quick. She gave 4 examples of celebrities with AIDS that are apparently doing well. Out of the 4, 3 didn't even have AIDS, and the only one on here that very likely did have AIDS is fucking dead. I think it's pretty safe to say we've completely debunked her 4 examples, but that's not enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and provide examples of people of celebrity status that passed away from AIDS, because this is a kind of a common thing I hear among AIDS denialists or conspiracy theorists, that celebrities are just completely immune from HIV/AIDS, and that's simply not the case. And I am going to provide historic facts and examples to contradict that. Let's take a look at her next claim. AIDS is a complete and total hoax. Well, that's a pretty bold fucking statement you got there, nurse. I'm very interested to hear your logic and evidence to support this. If AIDS were really a pandemic, as we are told, we would each know several people with it. Yet hardly anyone ever has a diagnosis. It's estimated that nearly 37 million people are living with HIV globally, and nearly 1 million die every single year from complications. And to say that it doesn't exist or it's not a pandemic, I really wish the Flat Earth nerds could go to, each single person of the 37 million and say, what you have isn't real, what you're suffering with isn't real, and see the reaction she gets from that. Also, what the fuck kind of logic is that? I'm very happy that the flat earth nurse doesn't know anyone personally suffering with HIV, but to say because you don't personally know anyone that it doesn't fucking exist is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I mean, I've never seen a horse before in real life, yet you don't see me going around claiming horses aren't real. I have enough fucking sense to know that they actually exist. Not only can we statistically disprove her statement, but we can also use basic fucking logic to realize that she is spewing a whole bunch of crap. Pseudoscience. Very dangerous pseudoscience, might I add. Now, I want to go ahead and beat some of you guys in the comment section to the punch here in saying that I'm singling out the flat earth nurse or whatever. And, I haven't made a lot of posts directed at her, and I even made a full video directed at her. But it's not so much that she's not preaching science. Like, okay, it's very stupid to think the earth is flat, but if you want to believe that, go believe it. It's the fact that she puts nurse in her name, giving her scientific authority, and preaching science and giving advice that is not only stupid, it's fucking deadly. I mean, if she seriously convinces people with HIV to come off their medications, she's going to end up possibly killing people. And that's why this is so important. That's why I'm singling her out. She's claiming to have this scientific knowledge, which, by the way, I'm not convinced she has. I mean, the very basic mistakes she made in this comment and what she's made in the past leads me to believe maybe she just put nurse in her bio and her username, and that's it. And if she did go to a school, she had to have gone to the most scientific, illiterate nursing school on our round earth. And I'm very curious to hear from her on, what school she went to, because I really want to know. I'm not going off on her for likes or views or subscribers or anything like that. I'm doing this because this is very dangerous what she's preaching. It could literally kill people. It could literally kill people. It could get people infected. And that's what I'm trying to stop. That's why I want you to share the video. I want you to spread it around. You can repost this if you want. If you want to just, download this video and upload it on your own channel, if you have a bunch of subscribers, do it, because that's what this is about, getting the science out there. Also, I can't send this to her because she blocked me on Instagram. So if you guys wouldn't mind maybe DMing her a link to this video, I'm sure someone will do it. Someone will be able to, and I would like to talk to the flat earth nurse. I'm assuming she's watching this video. I'm assuming she's gone through it. I would like to give her a little message. What you are doing is not just stupid. I could care less if you want to preach the earth is flat. You can do it all you want. But when you tell people you have this scientific background, this medical background, and you give them dangerous advice that's going to end up killing them, that's when it becomes a serious problem. That's when you need to stop what you're doing. And honestly, I'm not very convinced you went to nursing school. And what you need to do is take nurse out of your title, out of your bio, and you need to stop spewing AIDS denialism. Because if someone ends up dying because they listen to you, that's blood on your hands.